Hello guys and welcome back to Repair and Resell. In today's video we're taking a look at this controller right here. Basically it has a problem with its D-pad. When you press it, it's not always registering the button that you're pressing. When you're trying to do the angles, this can always be a bit difficult. Now I'm trying to do the bottom right angle and it's being really hard for me to get them both at the same time. Same thing for the other one, and sometimes it's just like blink the input, which would mean that it would just repeat the input time over time. So today we're gonna check how we can fix this issue and pretty much any D-pad related issue with your controller. So for now I'm gonna leave links in the description below on how to test your controller and how to open it, and we're gonna jump straight to the repair. Once your controller is open, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna remove the thumbstick because we will need them to be off later, and you will need to remove that black plastic part right here. Basically all you need to do is lift it up and press the Xbox button right here and try to make it pass it. Do this really gently because it can always be a bit hard. And here we go, this one is off. Now that this is done, there's nothing that is keeping the motherboard in except the screws, so you will need to remove them. For this you will need a T6 screwdriver. There is basically two screws on the first PCB, so there is one right here and one right here. Now that these two screws are removed, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna wiggle the first PCB out, because there is two connector below it on this version. On some of it there is only one, and you're gonna flip the board just like this. Now there is also other screws that need to be removed on the bottom PCBs. There is 7 of them on this model. It might be a bit less on your controller, but as you can see there is one here, one here, one here, and there is also on the other side there is one right here, one right here, and there is also one right here. And if you are wondering, the two connector I was talking about was this one, and they basically fit in these two right here. That's why the motherboard was still holding in place even when we removed the screws. So for now I'm gonna unscrew the bottom motherboard, the bottom PCB, and then we can go to fix the D-pad. Now that you get this bottom PCB out, what we want to take a look is at the 4 button of the D-pad right here. Basically these is just a sticker on the motherboard, and often what happens is that it's worn out after some time and need to be replaced. So all you got to do is buy a replacement part like I got here. You only one of them, is just because I bought more than one, and you need to remove this sticker on this one and put a new one. So this is what I'm gonna do. So here we go. Just like that. And now that this is removed, we will be able to put the new one in. Before that, I think I'm just gonna clean those contacts just to make sure they are perfectly clean before we put something else. As usual, I'm gonna be using some isopropyl alcohol with the Q-tips to make them look really good. So here we go. I'm just going a bit fast everywhere. It was a bit dirty, but I don't think that this is what was making the fault. I really think that it was the old sticker that was starting to be a bit worn out after being used a lot. So this is done. Now I'm gonna take the new one. So as you see, there is two sides of it. There is one that is more pointy and one that is more large, if we can see so. So the pointy one goes at the bottom and the large one goes at the top. So I'm being really careful. And we're gonna, oops. And we're gonna put the new one in. So I'm trying to align it perfectly with the hole also. And here we go. So also, as you can see, I'm gonna take a screwdriver to show you. There is two holes right here, one here and one here, and there is also two holes in the sticker. So basically you also need to align this one with them. And now I'm just gonna make sure that it's sticking well. I'm gonna spread it out with my finger, taking all the air out if there is some, but this looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna reassemble the controller and we're gonna see if this fixes our problem or not.
One of the part that can be a bit harder to put in place is this black part right here. It's the one that goes around the Xbox One button. What you need to do basically is that you take it like that and you will put it at the back first, and then you will rock it back forward and it should fit back in place. It can be a bit difficult to do, but then you just make it past the Xbox One button. You really need some patience to do so. Make sure it's clipped in correctly, and also make sure that the sync button is still where it's supposed to do. It can be a bit tricky to do, but with some practice and with a lot of patience, you should be able to do it and to complete your repair easily.
So now that the controller is fully reassembled, we can test it. I'm gonna start by testing every button just to make sure that I didn't break anything while opening the controller. And for the moment everything seems to look good. We're gonna try the D-pad now. So every time I click the D-pad, it's working now. So every time I hear the click of the D-pad, it's working and it's what it's supposed to do. I'm trying the angle, and well, it's just working really well. So this Xbox One controller is now repaired. I hope that you enjoyed this video and have a nice day.